Hello and welcome to the fourth and final episode of the HHS Sports Podcast. With the regular season wrapping up for almost all of our teams, we have a lot to talk about. We will wrap up our episode today with an interview with Matt Bernardin, who is a track runner and a varsity football player. And stay tuned for a couple of post-game interviews as well with the tennis team.
Let's hop right into our HHS Sports Roundup this week. The inclement weather did not start till today, so most games could still occur. With only a couple games left to be played this week, the Hillers are 10-2 on the week. Another great week to be a Hiller fan. We'll start with softball like we always do. Softball only played 2 games this week, but came out on top in both of them. They beat Dedham 18-6 to start the week and followed it up the next day with a senior night victory against Norwood by a score of 15-2. The girls will not be playing for a while as their playoff bracket does not come out till Wednesday the 28th. Our assertions last week were correct. The girls were unable to overtake Silver Lake Regional in the power rankings. Unfortunately, they even fell to third.
It does suck that they fell to third, but still means that they will have a max amount of home playoff games.
That's true. Hopefully a lot of fans show up to those games. These power rankings are always confusing, as even though the girls had an incredible week, beating 2 teams by large margins, they still fell in the power rankings.
Yeah, it is weird. Ultimately, it just comes down to the fact that, they aren't really truly in charge of their own destiny. We'll be keeping our eyes out for when that bracket releases. Hopefully the girls somehow end up back in that 2 spot.
Now moving on to boys baseball, they had a pretty successful week so far, beating Dedham 14-2 and following that up with a nice senior night win 8-2 against Norwood, outscoring their opponents 22-4 on the week. They still sit around 20th in the power rankings with the Pedroli tournament coming up. They will play Natick at 7:30 p.m. on Friday at the Turf, and either Lincoln Sudbury or Franklin, hopefully, in the championship, and boosting them up in the power rankings enough for a home playoff game.
Girls golf ended the season with a strong, solid win at home against Westboro. The girls won by a score of 32-10. I know they have their state championship-esque event coming up, but I was not able to find any more information on it, unfortunately.
The boys lacrosse team has played 1 game so far this week. It did not go as planned for the boys. They fell to a strong King Philip team. They still have 2 more games to play before the playoffs begin for them. They play Norwood at home tonight. It is their senior night, so I do hope many fans show up.
With the weather right now, I don't foresee high attendance.
Unfortunately, I think you're right. The boys also play on Monday against Falmouth. The Hillers currently sit at 21st in the power rankings. Their playoff schedule releases also on Wednesday the 28th.
Now moving on to girls lacrosse, they found their stride again this week. They started off the week strong with a 15-5 senior night win against Dedham. They play again tonight against Weston. The girls are currently in 19th place in the power rankings. Their playoff bracket will also be released on the 28th.
Hopefully that a nice win tonight against Weston will put them up to a home playoff game.
Yeah,
around that 16th.
I know
space.
Weston's usually a tough opponent, so we'll see how that goes.
Track had their TVL showcase Tuesday. The girls came in second as a team, and the boys first. Harry Miller led the way with a school record in the 100-meter hurdles. Savannah Rivera won javelin, and Logan Sullivan won in high jump.
Harry Miller was able to break Sean Golombeski's 100-meter hurdle record, which was very impressive given that Sean Golombeski is now running track at the University of Pennsylvania, and he's a long-time school record holder for many events, so congrats to the big Harry Miller.
I still think Sean G has a lot of records in his name.
Yeah.
Hopefully Harry Miller
Harry
can
got one.
follow in the footsteps and head to that Division 1 level.
Yeah.
Don't know if he's smart enough for Ivy League school, though. All right. The boys volleyball team, they lost on Monday when they played Medfield. They lost 3-0 in sets. The boys were able to snap their 3-game losing streak, though, on Wednesday when they delivered a nice senior night win against Drayton Rehoboth. The final score of that game was also 3-0. The boys' season is not done yet. They play 1 more tonight on Thursday against Algonquin. That game is away. No need to worry about when the playoff bracket releases, as the boys will not be in it.
Boys tennis capped off their undefeated season this week with 2 decisive wins. They beat Dedham at Dedham's court on Monday 5-0. They were back at it again on Tuesday for senior night, where they demolished Norwood 5-0 again. The only undefeated team left in Division 2 ranks first in the power rankings, although there are still 2 defeated teams left. Bishop Stang and Woburn did not enjoy the same success as our Hillers this season. The 2 teams are a combined 0-24. Their playoff bracket releases on Friday, the 23rd. We now have some post-match interviews from their senior night that Jack and I were able to attend. You guys just finished an undefeated season. How does that feel?
Feels amazing. Feels great, yeah. I didn't expect it.
You didn't? All right, I was going to ask that. Did you expect that this is your first year in America? How does American tennis compare to German tennis?
American tennis of course, in general, in America is way more important. In Germany, we don't have like high school teams or stuff, so sport is way more important, and I love it to compete in a team, and yeah, we get along very well. So yeah, I like it.
Now, did you play on a team or a club in Germany before?
Yeah, I play in a club in Germany, but not like high school. We don't have high school teams, so I play in a private club. Yeah.
So you guys are undefeated. You won the league title, which is pretty cool. What are your expectations going into playoffs? You're the top-ranked team. So what do you expect? Do you think you can go all the way, or?
I mean, of course, we hope we can go all the way. I also think that I also believe that we can go far. If we win, like, let's see. But yeah, of course, we want to win this.
Yeah. Then final question, kind of outside of tennis. How have you adapted to American culture being here this year, and how does it compare to German culture, maybe outside of sports?
Definitely school is a big difference. I feel like school is like more relaxed, and the teachers are like more chill, and yeah, it's like pretty easier as well. And also, yeah, like the culture is also different. Like I didn't know like all the American flags here. We don't have this in Germany. Also that we have the national anthem every morning. Yeah. So that was kind of new to me, and also the food I love, like also all the fast food restaurants, and yeah, we don't have like so many in Germany, so yeah, I love it.
Okay, well, thank you for your time and good luck in the playoffs.
Sure,
Thank you.
Yep.
That was Max Sendell post 6-1 win against Norwood's first single. Max has been incredible all season and his only season for the Hillers as he's a foreign exchange student.
Yep. All right, I'm here with Risha and Kais. You guys just finished up your match on senior night. How did it feel to get such a convincing win on senior night?
Oh, it felt amazing, especially because of our undefeated season.
Yep.
So we're really pumped about that.
The only undefeated team left in Division II. Do you think that puts like a lot of pressure on you to perform in the playoffs?
I don't think it's a lot of pressure. It's just expectations for ourselves to perform well. So hopefully carry that momentum into the playoffs.
Have you found this like really great season even sweeter now that you're a senior and it's like your last one?
Yeah, it definitely is a bit bittersweet.
Yeah.
It's our last one, but we're enjoying every single moment of it. For sure.
It's a new high, setting the number 1 seed and then going into the playoffs. So it's good for our senior year.
And you guys play doubles. How does your like chemistry on the court work? Like if he hits a bad shot, do you get upset with him, or do you just like move on and let it happen?
We just move on.
We just
let it
There's no getting
happen.
upset.
Keep our spirits up.
Mentality, good
Yeah.
mentality.
Just focus on the next one, you know.
All right, thank you guys.
Yeah,
Thank
of
you.
course.
I thought it was pretty funny because they definitely keep track of how many points their opponents get against them each game, and they were a little disappointed by the 5 points all game.
They
So.
told us they wanted to try and keep it lower against what was a weaker Norwood opponent.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
You
So
gotta take 5.
they're dialed for the playoffs.
Yeah,
Definitely.
they're ready. They got that competitive mindset.
I'm here with Suhas on senior night to finish their undefeated season. What can you say about this season? Was it nerve-wracking coming into the final game trying to be undefeated, last undefeated team in D2, or were you kind of just chilled? You knew you could beat them?
Every game is a challenge. You got to know what the other team brings to your game, and you just got to adapt to what they have. I think our team's solid. We always adapt to the other teams' like skills, and we're undefeated. So we had to win this game tonight, and I'm just really happy.
So you won the TBL large automatically a few days ago. How was that? How did that feel? Because did you win it last year?
Yeah, we did win it last year.
And I know you won it 2 years ago. So you're kind of on a little legacy right now. So how did it feel to continue the legacy of the TBL?
Yeah, no, it feels great. The work we put in is what we get out of it, and I think Coach Miller does a great job with everyday workouts, court time. He does a great job with his drills. And I think that's what outputted the success of this team, and I'm just really proud to be a part of it. So it's a great experience.
All right, last question. I know you played some singles this year. You played doubles today. What can you tell us about the partner you played with today?
Yeah, I played with Henry. He's a freshman. It was great to have him today as my doubles partner. And freshmen coming into varsity, it's a big challenge. And for them to take it super, super good. They adapted to it really nicely with all these senior guys. And I'm just really proud to have them on my team.
All right.
And hopefully does good in the future. So.
Yeah. Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
That was Suhas, a senior leader for the Hillers. It seems as though he was media trained. He spoke very eloquently and offered some excellent responses.
Girls tennis won their sole game this week, a senior night victory against Dedham. It does seem that the game will be their final home game. They currently sit 20th in the D1 power rankings. Their playoff bracket will be released on Friday, so look out for that.
Only boys lacrosse have their senior night left, but so far we don't have any losses on senior night, so everyone's getting a nice celebration for that. Cap off their high school career.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, hopefully they can continue it even in this inclement weather.
Yep.
Now joining us in the studio is track and football star Matthew Bernardin. Thank you again for joining us.
Not really a star.
Yeah.
To start, I want to focus on the track team. Obviously, the team is huge and spans all 4 grades. I saw that the other day at the Rivera's Spagger thing in the backyard. Yep.
Oh, yep.
How do you, as a captain of the team, create a nice team culture for that group size that spans across all grades? And I was a part of the team last year. I can tell it's very crazy and stuff. So how do you control that group?
So we have multiple captains. We have 4, and each one is kind of in a different area of like the sport.
Oh yeah.
So we'll have Cam, who's like longer distances, who does like all that stuff. We have Ethan, who will be more mid distance. I'll go with sprinters, and then like I'll go into the throwing, and then Logan normally takes the sprinters and jumpers. So we kind of divvy it up, and then we always have our team meetings right before practice where we all talk together, and we have the track group me as well, which is normally pretty active, unfortunately. But it's easy to create a team culture with people who are willing to talk and be a part of the team. Mm-hmm. So.
Do you have any like goons on the team who give you
Yeah.
a lot of problems?
Yeah, so
You shout them out?
we have OTS,
Oh wow.
Aiden Pritchard,
Yeah.
Ian Wheeling.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 freshmen that are they're very vocal. We appreciate it, but
Is Connor McNally still on the team?
yeah, Connor McNally is still on the
That's
team.
a big
He's been
personality there for
delivering. Colby Hughes, he's another sophomore
yeah.
on the team. He
The
delivers.
Glazer of me.
He delivers a lot. He's been doing very well this season. It's good to see.
Would you say you prefer indoor or outdoor track?
I think they both have their pros and cons. Really, I think indoor track it's a much smaller group, so everybody really gets to know each other and everybody's really connected. And during the meets, the confounding variables of the events are all similar. Like it's the same conditions every meet. There's nothing different, but
Controlled.
yeah, it's a controlled environment, so it makes it a lot easier for people to get consistent marks and feel like going into the event that they're gonna do well or they're gonna PR. Outdoor track, it's a lot more. Outdoor tracks goes by a lot quicker, just because all the meets are very close together. But there's a bigger group, so more people to hang out with, more people to talk to, and there's a wider range of events for us to do. Mm-hmm. So it kind of gives people new opportunities and spreads out the team a little more. It introduces new people to the team who everybody gets to hang out with, and it's always enjoyable to see more people. So,
Would you say you're better at indoor or outdoor?
most of my PRs come from indoor, so
Yeah.
I do enjoy
So
indoor
Reggie Miller.
with the controlled environment.
You can't hang when the weather gets bad.
Well, no, I just do different events in the outdoor season. So
Was it so? Obviously, you get a bunch of new players like every season
Yeah.
for the outdoor. Is it challenging to incorporate the new guys into like a team culture that you've probably already built from the indoor season?
no, not really, because most of the people they have connect. Like when people do track, they like do it because they know their friends do track. Like they want to hang out with people. So when people come into the sport, they have their group, and then like if that group's already kind of part of like the bigger team culture, then they will just get integrated through their friends. And so a lot of the time, it's pretty easy to incorporate people, and that way it makes it a lot easier for the 4 captains, because when new people join track, the people that we already know will introduce us to them, and then we get to know them even more, and then everybody it becomes a more cohesive group.
Nice. All right, Matt, what is your favorite event to run in track? I know you do a decent amount of events, so what's your favorite?
For me, there's probably a few up there. I enjoy high jump. I like throwing jav, and then long jump.
So I did pretty well in javelin at the TVL show.
Yeah, I got second in the TVO showcase. That was a nice way to kind of end off the season, get a good mark before the end of the year. So I was pretty happy with that, and that boosted it up a little bit. You know, I enjoy that. But then high jump's something that I've done for all 4 years, so it's something that I enjoy a lot.
Not a big fan of running.
No, it's not for me.
I know you did pole vault and
Yeah.
hurdles and then all that stuff. Was Fitzy doing the jab this year too?
Yeah, he did participate in the javelin.
How'd he do in the meet?
For TVOs, he had a rough meet. Most of our throwers did. It was poor conditions, so I'll give them that. But
Excuses.
our javelin team normally performs pretty well. We won most of our meets, and we didn't lose a meet this year, TVO champs. So.
All right. Would you say, as a player on the track team, that you are more focused on individual success and growth, or growth and success as a team?
I'd say when I was younger, like freshman, sophomore year, I was more focused on like my individual growth and stuff like varsity letters and stuff like that. But as I've gotten to like junior and senior year, it's kind of shifted into a more team idea. Like we got second in the D2 state relays indoor, and that was great. That was a great thing to feel like I contributed to, and like how the entire team performed. So I'd say just as I got older, and especially as I'm now a captain, it's better to see the other people succeed and make our team better as a whole than see my own PRs go up, because it's more enjoyable to see the entire team succeed than just myself at this point, especially because I got a few weeks left of the sport. So
All right, so last episode, towards the end, we said some things about Harry Miller weren't the kindest per se. Do you have anything else you want to add to anything that we said?
Harry had I don't know what you said. I'm gonna be honest. Didn't watch your thing. I don't know what you said, but Harry had a really big meet at the TVO showcase. He ran 14.37 in the 110 hurdles, which is closing on Sean Golem's school record. Got himself 5th in the state, so he's now up there. So all states is coming, and I expect him to PR again. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets the 110 hurdle school record this year. And then he ran an 11.13, I think, in the 100, and that got him the new school record for the 100-meter dash, which is incredibly impressive.
Yeah.
He did come out of hurdles a little banged up.
Yeah, we saw that.
A little skin on the ground and stuff, but if that's what it takes from the PR, he'll do it every year.
That was the PR? That's pretty impressive.
He'll do that. He'll do that every meet if it means he PR. So I
never been the most coordinated.
Wouldn't be surprised if at sectionals or at all states that he comes out with a few more cuts and bruises. So.
Thanks for joining us.
Yep.